What's up, creative crowd? Art here, and today we're gonna be talking about how to become a digital artist on a budget. Nowadays, there are many advantages to being a digital artist. There are many new careers that are constantly developing, and there are many ways to monetize your art when it's digital. You could easily be creating merch, illustrations for sale, and things like that. There are many careers and jobs that you can take advantage of as a digital artist, both studio job or freelancers or your own work. So first thing that I get asked a lot by people that are considering jumping into digital artists, what do I do about equipment? Because there are so many options out there right now, and they're not necessarily cheap, especially the most famous one. Like, of course, we all know Wacom. We all have seen the beautiful digital screens that famous artists like Ross Joss work on. And yes, if that's something that you can afford, go for it. But if you click on this video, you probably can't. So here's what you do. Option number one, and that's not the one I recommend the most, is using your smartphone. To be honest, it's not the most recommended option by me because personally when I use that, I sucked. But I do have some friends who had success with it. So, if you don't want to spend any money whatsoever on a drawing tablet and you already have a smartphone, you can try starting with that. I would still consider investing a little bit into tablet just because you want to give yourself a best shot, even if it's a shot on the budget. So, option number two, drawing tablet. And when I say drawing tablet, I mean the kind of tablet that you trace off but you don't necessarily see. It doesn't have a display. There are many options online. Luckily, at this point, there are so many options on the market that you can find it for really cheap, $20 to $30. Wacom has Intus. I actually owned Intus back in the day. Wacom Intus, I believe it was A4 size. They also have A5 size, which is even cheaper. You can definitely find it on eBay, Amazon, or even their official website. Another option is, I believe, Huiyong. I mean, at least that's how I would pronounce it with pinyin in Mandarin. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. Huiyong 420, H420. That's also a great option, and to be honest, Huiyong they have been getting more and more known for being a cheaper brand and still having a somewhat nice and usable tablet, so check it out. Generally, Wacom obviously is a leader of this race, but you can still check out other options. Some people have been recommending XP Star tablet from Amazon, which I personally don't have experience with, but my friend tried it and she said that it's a little bit too small, so it's a little inconvenient to work because, to be honest, I feel like if you can afford at least a 4 size, not the small, but like medium size of a drawing tablet, it is still better because you have some range. There are other brands out there too that you can check out. These are the most famous one that I wanted to bring out and the ones that I have somewhat experience with, all my friends told me about. So, it's more personal. Also, another tip, if you're looking for a tablet, on a budget, another great way is, well, you should definitely check out Amazon, eBay, all of that. You can definitely go and check out on Facebook Marketplace, or I've heard there are some people that sell stuff on DeviantArt as well, where artists sell their older tablets for cheap. So you can actually get even a better deal because, they switch gear, they switch to a better tablet now, so they don't need it, but it still works well. So you might be able to get a good deal on, yes, it's a used tablet, but, it still works well and you might actually get a much better deal rather than if you would get a new one online. And in the future, hopefully you can make more money with your digital art and then you can invest in a better tablet. Okay, display tablets. Again, we already talked about the beautiful Wacom display tablets, but not everybody have that kind of cash. And I love Wacom, but in my opinion, their tablets are a little bit too expensive, especially for a complete beginner. So if I were you, I would start with something cheaper first and work your way up. While there are some artists out there and quite famous when they say like, yes, go invest all of your money and get that tablet, I would still say, try it out first. It's one thing when you're a professional digital artist and it's another thing where you're just learning. And I feel like it's better to try first and see if it's your thing, if it's something you want to proceed. And when you're totally sure, maybe you can even start making some money first and then you can upgrade. At least that's what I would do. Now again, don't forget to check out some blogs, Facebook, Marketplace, eBay, because you still might get a chance to get a better display tablet online for cheaper if it's been used. And a lot of times they sell it not because there is some problem, but because they upgrade it, so you get a pretty much nice working tablet. Most times they're in good condition and you can really work with them. I would say check out used ones first, just to see the price difference, because maybe you will get a better deal this way. You can once again try Huion Hamas Pro. They have a pretty good screen, but from the reviews that I've researched, it looks like it doesn't work the same way for the Mac users or Windows users. A lot of Windows users claim that it works better for them. So if you are using Windows, it's more likely to work better for you. That's again something to research. Make sure to read reviews on those products. Especially, I love Amazon for that, because people always share their opinions, their experiences, and that way you don't have to suffer. XP Pen also has a nice affordable display. I believe it's called XP Pen 12. It is under $250. And to be honest, I feel like on a Facebook Marketplace or other blog websites, especially if you are on a Facebook groups, you can check it out and even ask questions. I'm sure there will be those tablets even cheaper. And the last tablet option that I still consider to be somewhat on a budget, just because it is also an investment, is getting an actual tablet. I think tablet is a great investment just because you can use it for many different things on top of using it for drawing. And I still consider it to be on a budget because it is still much cheaper than those gigantic screens that you get from Wacom. Plus, it's something that you can use for various things, just like you use your phone. Now, there are really two big players out there. Of course, we all know iPad Pro from Apple, and we also know Samsung Galaxy. I personally use iPad Pro, and I feel like if you go online, you can still be able to find somebody that's selling their older iPad Pro, so, check it out. I love my iPad Pro. It really fits my lifestyle because I have to travel a lot, I have to go around a lot. I'm not usually on one place. So this way I can always take my work with me. Where, those big tablets, yes, of course, they're beautiful and the display is huge, which is amazing, but you can't exactly take it with you every time you go out. And I happen to have to be in many places, especially during the day. So it's much more convenient for me to just grab my iPad and go. Of course, for some people and their work, the bigger tablet, the better, but it all depends on what do you need it for. And especially if you're just starting out, you're not quite ready to invest into a big ass tablet, but you still wanna work with a quality, you still wanna give yourself a best shot, I recommend getting a tablet like Apple one or a Samsung one. iPad Pro is great. You can also get a Samsung Galaxy, check it out on Amazon, or sometimes they have deals. By the way, another thing that you should always consider when working on a budget with things like that are sales. Black Friday sales especially. If you can wait for those sales days, if I were you, I would wait, just because there is a good chance you can get things like that for much cheaper than you would in a normal time. So these are the drawing tablets on a budget. But in order to create digital art, you still need software. So let's talk about the software that you can use while still saving some money. There are so many drawing softwares out there right now that I bet I will miss a lot. So I'm just gonna list the ones that are more common or the ones that I've personally used, and you can also go and do your research, especially since a lot of them are free. You can even download them, try them, and see if that works for you. Okay, first software that I have to mention is Medibang Paint, because it is free. It works equally on your laptop, tablet, or I believe even your phone, so you can definitely try it. There are many options. It is a great tool to start trying and practicing your drawing on a tablet, and there are many great tools that you can use it. I started trying drawing softwares for drawing back when they were not really meant for drawing. You know what I'm talking about? Back in the day of Windows when there was Paint. Not everybody will relate because I probably am older than some of you. I've even used my Sony Ericsson to draw pixel by pixel by just pressing a button. So if you want to draw really bad, you can find a way. And we're just talking about the best way possible right now, because back in the day there wasn't really YouTube to tell you things like that. So lucky you. Another great software is Krita. Krita has many tools. It has both painting tools and animation tools, and it's definitely worth checking out for sure. I would say try all of these software and see what works best for you. Of course, Krita mainly works on desktop. I don't think they have tablet version yet, at least, but if you're working on a computer, definitely check it out. I've heard great things about Autodesk Sketchbook. I personally mostly worked in Autodesk 3D software, so I haven't really tried Autodesk Sketchbook, but it is a great company. It is a company that we use in the industry, so you can definitely check it out because I've heard that it's now free. So, check it out if it is still free or at least a lower affordable price. You can try it out because the one thing that Autodesk can pretty much guarantee is standard and quality. I also want to mention that sometimes it is worth of investing a little bit of money and buying a software, especially if it's a one-time purchase, because you're investing this money, and if the software is worth it, you can actually get much more out of it, especially if you only pay one time. For example, I use Procreate on an iPad, which I think is amazing software. I love Procreate. I am so happy I spent the money back in the day, because you only pay one time and it's totally worth it. And it's not even that much either. Clip Studio Paint used to do that, but now they started their subscription. So I would say don't jump into Clip Studio Paint right away unless you wanna do only comics. So yeah, if you decided to invest into the iPad Pro, definitely get Procreate. You will thank me later. Of course, as you progress and learn, your skill will improve and you will probably decide to upgrade. There are many ways to make money as a digital artist and reinvest in yourself. Check out this video over here to find out how you can make money as an artist, because you're invested in yourself and it's worth knowing where are you going and the options that you have. Maybe there's something you can start doing sooner rather than later. This channel is dedicated to helping young aspiring artists succeed, so I have many useful videos coming out about those subjects, so make sure to subscribe. Let me know if you have any questions or anything you want to say in the comments below, and see you next time.
I know a Wonder Woman, she's a superhuman. She doesn't need a cape or comic book she makes. She doesn't change religions, she's used to shows and stages. She can do anything, this superhuman babe.